Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. This is the PTA coach. We are live on this beautiful Saturday afternoon, guys. We have to adjust this hat a little bit, okay? Guys, this will be my second time, or really my first time of wearing this hat. And I just like the message, good vibes only. And that's exactly what we need, okay, for this exam. Guys, don't be too hard on yourself. I mean, this exam is important. I can't say it enough. I mean, we only have 6 lifetime attempts to get this done. We have to score 600. I know the pressure is on, but I'm here as your coach to help you navigate the process. Okay, I've told you guys so many times, we can do this. We can do this. So today we have a topic that I want to share. It's mostly musculoskeletal. I noticed that a lot of people have been clicking on musculoskeletal, my musculoskeletal practice exam questions. So I wanted to share one or two of those questions, okay? Excuse me. And once again, when you come into the workshop, we go into detail. Now, once again, to join, very easy. Send an email to Akaluso, AKALUSO, the number 40 at gmail.com. Send me an email. I'll add you to the workshop list, and then you join. It's very simple, guys. Nothing complicated about it. So what I'm going to do at this time real quick is share my screen, okay? I hope I'm smiling, guys. Sorry, it's Saturday morning, and we have to get this done. I know how important it is. And once again, real quick, I know we have an exam coming up very soon. As a matter of fact, in a couple of weeks, we have an exam coming up, and it's the FSBPT State Board exam. It's major. It's 180 hot questions coming at us, and we have to be able to pass this exam. So let me share my screen quickly, and then we'll go right into it. Let's see here. Let me see where I want to go. Okay, I believe I have it, guys, and here we go. And guys, please let me know if you can see it, okay? And real quick before I go into this, I will be hosting a free workshop tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday, okay? If you're live and watching me right now, give me 1 second, guys. I have to get this water in. Tomorrow will be the 14th, okay? I know a lot of you might be watching this in the future, but I'm talking about today is Saturday the 13th. Tomorrow is going to be the 14th. So I will be hosting a free workshop just like this tomorrow morning, very early. This is a free workshop, very early, tomorrow morning around 6 a.m. Now, I am in Central Standard Time, okay? Central Standard Time. So tomorrow at 6 a.m., okay? You want to join the workshop and listen to what I have to say, and we'll go through questions and all that good stuff. So it will be tomorrow on the 14th, okay? Tomorrow, Central Standard Time. How do you join? All you do is send an email. Once again, my email is AKALUSO, the number 40 at gmail.com. All right, now let's go. And if you have any questions, guys, you can type it in the chat. I will be checking my chats out. So if you have any questions there, type it in and I will address your questions. Okay, let's go to this question right here. And I've covered this before, but I believe number 9 will be a new question that I'm covering here live. But let's just go through question number 8. A physical therapist assistant performed a manual muscle test on a patient with unilateral lower extremity weakness. Which of the following patient positions is the most appropriate when testing the patient's hip adductors on the unaffected side? Okay. We're testing the unaffected side of the hip adductors. Now, I've told a lot of us, when you come to the workshop, I will expect that you've actually reviewed the topics. So what I normally do is when I set up the workshops, I send you a list of topics, like things that we're going to talk about in that workshop. So you prepare, right? And then when you come into the workshop, when I present questions like this, you're going to use the information that you've studied to be able to answer the questions. I don't teach from scratch. I might do like a brief review of the topic just to bring us up to speed of what I'm talking about. But as far as like going from scratch, I don't do that, guys, because you remember, it's your time, okay? It's your money. So I would like to maximize your time with the workshop, okay? A lot of you have been through PTA school. You've done very well. You've graduated. You're just at the level of being able to prepare for your exam. So a better way to maximize your time is you come in prepared. You've studied the topic. You've done your reading, and then you come in for the questions. And then when I present questions like this, we answer the questions, even if it's not correct. Okay, I would always point you to a reference of how to get the correct information. So when it comes to this, and also in the workshop, real quick, when we go through questions, I would always give you a reference point. For example, we're talking about manual muscle testing. I don't know if you guys can see this book. I always wave this book all the time. But if you're not using the book, it's fine. Anything that you're using to study is fine, as far as it relates to taking the exam, right? So in PTA exam, the complete study guide by Scott M. Giles, okay? It's the score builders book. Now, where can you find answers to this question? If you go to page 77, and sorry guys, let me put it this way. Page 77, okay? Right there it says manual muscle testing grades. If you have not reviewed this, please review it, please, okay? It has different grades and also has different positions, if I can say the word right. These are different positioning for muscle testing. This right here, okay? So make sure you review that, okay, to be able to answer this question. Look at the options right there. It says, is it standing? Is it supine? Is it sideline? Or is it prone? If you go back and read this, or anything that you're using, like an app or a website that you're using to study, and review all those manual muscle testing positions, we should be able to answer this question, okay? So if you have any doubt or anything that you study or anything that I present, guys, there's always a reference point. I would always tell you, go to this app and read this information, or go to this book and read this information, go to this website and read this information. There's always a reference point for the things that I talk about, both here and in the workshop. I do it mostly more in the workshop, okay? In the workshop, I would always point you to a place that you can go and read and get the information that you need. So once again, to be able to answer question number 8, you read this, you pretty much got the answer. All right, so that's number 8. Let's go to number 9. A physical therapist assistant, when performing range of motion exercises with a patient that sustained a head injury, determined the patient lacked full elbow extension and classified the end field as hard. Okay, give me 1 second. The presence of which of the following is the most likely cause? Why is this physical therapist assistant experiencing a hard end field? Okay. Now, once again, page 77, guys, right here. Okay. What is an end field? An end field is a type of resistance that the therapist will experience when moving that joint through the range of motion. For example, and once again, guys, it's a passive assessment. So let's say, for example, I'm the patient, right? You want to test my elbow flexion, okay? So you would move my elbow joint into flexion, okay, all the way through. So what type of resistance did you feel, you the therapist feel, when you moved my elbow, or well, my hand rather, into elbow flexion? What type of resistance did you feel at the end? Okay. Now for elbow flexion, it's soft. For knee flexion is also a soft end feel. I'm just giving you guys an example. For elbow extension, normally it's a hard end feel. What is a hard end feel? It's like when there's like bone to bone contact. Once again, if you read this part right here, guys, where it talks about end field, okay, you have all the information there. For example, let me just read this real quick, okay? We're not going to waste too much time on this. Right here. So normal end field, okay? An end field is a type of resistance that is felt when passively moving a joint through the end range of motion. And it gives you different examples. For example, it says here if it's a firm end feel, okay, things like ankle dorsiflexion, finger extension, hip medial rotation, forearm supination, okay. Um, a hard end feel is bone to bone, right? I just told you guys. Elbow extension is a hard end feel. Soft end feel, I just talked about that, okay? Elbow flexion, what type of resistance do you receive at the end of range of motion? It's soft. For the knee flexion is also soft. If it's empty, guys, it's painful, right? It's usually due to pain. That's why there's an empty end feel. So things like joint inflammation, fractures, bursitis, okay? Firm end feel. If it's increased tone, tightening of the capsule, ligament shortening, those are examples, okay? So with this information here, we should be able to answer that question. All right, so look at the options. It says here tricep weakness, spasticity of the biceps, anterior capsule tightness, heterotopic ossification. Okay. All right, let's see here. Give me 1 second, guys. Thank you. All right, and so just a quick reminder. I've talked about this before. I feel like it's almost impossible to pass the state board if we don't hit those 3 major areas. It's going to be 5 areas, right? It's going to be cardiopulmonary. It's going to be the nervous system. Okay. It's going to be, excuse me, guys. There's going to be other systems, non-systems, right? And musculoskeletal, which is what we're talking about today. It's almost impossible to pass the exam if we don't hit the first 3, the musculoskeletal, the cardiopulmonary, and the nervous system. It's almost impossible because a huge majority of the questions come from those 3 main areas, okay? And so this right here is musculoskeletal. So it's very important, guys, very, very important. 180 hot questions, they're coming at us, and we have to pass, and we have to be well-structured to get through this exam, okay? It's not a walk in the park. I'm yet to see somebody who took this exam and told me it was so easy, okay? But it's possible. I mean, I am a licensed physical therapist assistant in the state of Texas. And if you check out my name and everything is legit. I'm not just some YouTuber just giving you information that I read somewhere. You know, I've been a PTA for some time now. I've worked in different settings, home health. I've worked in hospital, outpatient, skilled nursing facility. So I have a lot of things to share with a lot of you, okay? I've been through PTA school, obviously, so I know about the rigors and how tough it is, and I'm here to help you. So not only for all of you taking the exam, I mean, some of you are in PTA school right now, you're going through so many topics and you're learning so much in a short span of time. And I understand it could be overwhelming, right? My program was 19 months. For some of you, your program is 24 months. So everything you had to learn in 24 months, I had to learn in 19 months. Okay, so I understand. I understand everything that all of you are going through, and I'm here to help you. All right, so let me stop sharing my screen real quick. Give me a second here. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Okay. So once again, yeah, just join the workshop. That's all I can tell you guys. I will be on tomorrow. A lot of you don't want to sign up for like the free workshop. It's tomorrow, once again. Tomorrow, I believe I told you guys, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. Tomorrow, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time, okay? Join the workshop. It's free, okay? We're going to run through some practice exam questions. If you have questions for me as far as like the workshop itself, you can ask questions, find out who I am, check out my videos, anything you need to know, ask, okay? Once again, in my actual workshops, guys, I don't go into like teaching from scratch. When I say scratch, it's like pulling out all these slides and telling you what an infill is and stuff like that. I will give you a high-level overview of what I'm talking about. And another thing, let me just remind you guys, before every workshop, I send you guys a topic so you know exactly what we're going to cover when you come in. Like you're certain, like you know, okay, coach is going to talk about, for example, and fields. He's going to talk about manual muscle testing. He's going to talk about manual muscle testing positions. He's going to share tips. So you know exactly what I will talk about when you join. Okay. So the same thing for tomorrow. A lot of you that are interested, send me an email, aka LUSO, the number 40 at gmail.com. Let me repeat, guys. My email address is aka LUSO, the number 40 at gmail.com. Okay. If you actually read the introduction of this video, the email address is there. Send me an email so I know you're interested, and then I'll send you specific topics that we're going to talk about tomorrow at 6 a.m. Okay, I know it's kind of bright and early, but this is important, right? It's imperative. So join. It's free. You don't pay anything. We go through this. I think it's like an 35 minutes to an hour-ish. We cover stuff and stuff like that, okay? Once again, for everything that we talk about in the workshop, there's always going to be a reference point. If I'm not talking about a page in the book or pages in the book where you can get the information, I will point you to a site or an app or somewhere where you can find the stuff that I'm talking about. Okay, so you'll always have that reference point to be able to study and get this thing in. Okay, guys, I'm so compassionate about this because I know what I went through to get this, right? Like I've shared a testimony on one of my videos on how I can't believe that I went through this book, guys. This book plus apps plus practice questions and all that stuff to get it. And I know all of you can get it. So if you took the exam first time you didn't get it, you had six lifetime attempts, right? You took it the first time, you didn't get it. So guess what? This one is gone, and you only have 5. You took it again, did not pass, you only have 4 attempts. Took it again, did not pass, you have 3. Took it again, did not pass, you only have 2 attempts. You take it again, do not pass, you have 1 chance. Emotional for me, right? Why do I say this? For you guys, right? Because I put myself in your shoes like, man, I'm having to pay this money so many times just to get this. And the FSBPT tells us, right? If you score a 400 or less 2 times in a row, that's it, done. So imagine that you spent all this time in school. You spent 19 months or you spent 24 months. And all this boils down to a 4-hour exam. 4 hours. I don't think the rules change. It's 4 hours. Boils down to 4 hours of you taking this exam and passing. We have to get this. We have to get this. This is completely possible. I'm closing my eyes when I say this because I truly believe that you can get this. It's possible. And I can help you navigate the process. For some of us, our knowledge base is very high. Like all of you studying right now, you probably read more than I'd ever read, right? Because during the week, what am I doing? I'm working, right? I'm working from morning hours to the evening hours, and I come back and I have to take care of things around my house and stuff like that, right? But you're actively reading, so your knowledge base is very high. So you figure you should pass the exam, right? You should. Maybe it's not your knowledge base, right? Maybe it's stuff like your discipline when it comes to answering questions. Maybe we take too long when we answer questions. For some of you, it might be your knowledge base. Maybe your knowledge base is a little lower and there's a gap, but we need to fill those gaps quickly. Think about it. If you took some kind of review courses out there, and I'm not going to drop any names, I say this all the time. If you took some review courses out there, right, and you have not achieved success, we have to change. There's bits and pieces of the puzzle that are missing. And I want to correct that for you guys, right? And we have to correct it immediately because once again, it's only 6 lifetime attempts to score a 600 or higher. A 598 does not count. A 599 doesn't even count. It has to be a 600 or higher, okay? So what else, guys? That's about it for now. I've shared those questions. Come to the free workshop tomorrow. It's at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you are interested, send an email to my email address, aka LUSO, the number 40 at gmail.com. I look forward to talk to you guys tomorrow morning, and go out there and continue to conquer because that's who you are. And I truly believe that we can do this. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a blessed weekend. Bye bye.